We got a massive stack of things here. These are my new additions. So I have created a new rule, actually, when I look at games. Um, so if it looks like this, it's probably an RPG. And yeah, we'll see here. Open-ended, seamless world. Yeah, there's gonna be something about an RPG. I can see it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Seems interesting. But it has this Blind Guardian. That's a band. And Nuclear Blast Records. I know Meshuggah used to be a part of them at least. Maybe they still are. I don't know. I don't listen to music much anymore. But you know, that seems pretty cool. Seems like a nice, worthwhile game. Maybe. I don't know. Could be. I also picked up Venetica. I know next to nothing about this at all. It looked basically mint for a 360 game, so I said, why not? And yeah, why not? But then I saw Cinematic RPG, and I'm like, oh god, these two games right here are already like 8 years of my life gone, huh? So yeah, oh, the label's poking out up there. Yeah, that's what happens when you are in transit for a while. I had a long, long trip, but I got some cool stuff out of it. Okay, Kingdom Under Fire, Circle of Doom. Never heard of this once in my life. This is also a Blue Side. It's my favorite album, instrumental jazz fusion kind of sounding album by Noriki. Can't do R's today. Uh, my pronunciation's awful. It's a Japanese group, Noriki, I guess if you could just say that. But yeah, Blue Side. It's a great album. Yep. Yep. Action RPG. I'm gonna be stuck in these forever, guys. Like this is gonna be pretty nuts. Although it does have a kind of cool looking art style. I'm gonna call it right now. This is gonna have like a ton of particle effects, and my frame rate's gonna be like 5. But that's just how this generation was. So that's all for the 360 games. Now we move on to PlayStation 3. I've had this game for many years. It was just in storage. But Wolfenstein from 2009. It's kind of a weird, I think it's 2009. Very strange one. It focuses on like occult dark magic kind of thing. It's definitely far different than a lot of people would expect. It's a good game, but it's a little, how do I put this? I would say maybe it doesn't hold up obviously to modern Wolfenstein. Like you can't go back to this and be like, "Whoa." You'll probably just be a little bored maybe. I like it, but it definitely is of the time period. Dead Space. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Good game. Great game. Has a red case. Looks better on a red case. But yeah, yep. Dead Space. Horror. Real good. Excellent on OLED. I can confirm. Crisis 2. I've had this also for many, 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 many years. And I wanted this because I had everything on 360 growing up mostly, but I was like, well, okay, I'll get one on PS3. Why not? Yeah, I'd say that held up. Why did I flip it that way? But yeah, it's Crisis too. I mean, there's not much to say. It departed the open worldness and went more linear. So whether that's good or bad for you is another story, but I thought it was cool. Valkyria Chronicles. I have waited a long time to play this game because, well, look, I used to see this game all the time in like Walmart or what's the other store? Target when we go out and you have to stare completely vertical at all the TVs that had demos on them while your parents shopped. But I remember Valkyria Chronicles being not on there, but in the shelf, and it was usually like I think $30. And I remember this casing. I never really got to see it or pick it up at all, but it's like a third-person shooter with like interesting mechanics. So count me in. I don't like third-person shooters, but if it's interesting, Sure. It was one of those ones I saw, but I never got a chance to play, much like Killzone 2. And of course, I'm playing through that now, and it's great. Nino Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, has like Studio Ghibli art and whatnot. It definitely has a kind of cool theme going on. I'm into this. It seems like it's pretty cool. And, even if it's going to be like a turn battle thing, at least it's going to be gorgeous to look at. Look at that. The color. Also, rare as hell, in my experience, to actually find an E10 game. I remember when that rating came out, like E10 and up. There weren't many. Okay, so I also have a launch title for the PS3, I think this is. And yeah, Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. And it goes by my rule, of course. It's an RPG. I swear, it's always that way. If you look at something like that and it has like kind of like a cover that looks a little like fantasy to any degree on these systems, you can assume, you can make some assumptions. I know nothing about this game though, so Dragon's Crown I do though. I've been playing that for a little bit. It's fine. It's like a side scroller. It reminds me a little bit of like Streets of Rage, but with like magic and fantasy tones. It's pretty cool. The art style is really different than anything you'll find today. Very, very different. So, whether you like that or not, well, that's up to you. But yeah, it's very stylized, but it makes it all the more interesting that way. All right, PlayStation 3. This comes with the console. I found it. I never did redeem that Pain game. Let me know if it's any good. Like, I guess I should do it before the PlayStation 3 store shuts down. Yeah, you have like, kind of like some help stuff getting used to the console. Current and upcoming game trailers is probably a gold mine for nostalgia. Blu-ray movie trailers, whatever, and a voucher for the Pain download, which I never did. And the last game, which was $5 with some sun bleaching on the corner here, is Reckoning. Well, Kingdoms of Amalur or Reckoning, I guess. No idea. No idea what this could be. It was on the shelf for $5, so I said $5 is $5. But yeah, of course, it's always there. I have enough RPGs to go well past the PS3's expected life expectancy, so especially for a fat model like I have. But yeah, this stack of games is going to take quite a while to get through. This one will obviously be the longest one, no doubt.